Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking into a lot of news when it comes to World of Tanks Blitz. Not a lot of people have really been talking about this, and I've been having to collect a lot of the data from the live stream that I missed, where Wargaming talked about some information coming soon, like kit coins. So that's exactly what we're going to be breaking into for today's video. The new currency, and we're going to start off with, as the title says, 5 maps being removed. Yeah, you heard that right. 5 maps are being removed. We have Vineyards, Ghost Factory, Copperfield, Port Bay, and Dynasty's Pearl. Now, I should add that these maps are going into rotation. And what I mean by that, to at least what I have read correctly, is that Wargaming is putting 5 maps away, and then in maybe 3 or 4 months, 5 different maps are going to go away, and these 5 maps will come back. And then in 3 or 4 more months, 5 more maps will go away, and 5 more will come back. I'm not really too sure how I feel about that. We can very quickly see in a training room that there's quite a few maps in the game. There's plenty of maps. I mean, if you remove these 5 maps, there's still going to be a lot to obviously play on in the majority of your battles. But it is still going to be very weird to see 5 maps being removed, especially because, in my opinion, Ghost Factory, pretty good. Vineyards, pretty good. Although, you know what, to be honest, Copperfield, it's not going to matter. That one's kind of useless. And Port Bay, useless. I think Port Bay needs a massive rework, which Wargaming's doing, but it definitely needs one. And Dynasty's Pearl, I also am not the biggest fan of. I think that it's a bit more oriented towards heavily armored vehicles and not necessarily mobility, which is a bit unfortunate if you're driving, I don't know, a tank destroyer that doesn't have a lot of armor, or even a medium tank that doesn't have a lot of armor. So I actually don't fully disagree. I think the only 2 maps that shouldn't go out of rotation are Vineyards and Ghost Factory. I would much rather have maps like Mines and Dead Rail go out of rotation, which absolutely frickin' suck, Wargaming, rather than Vineyards and Ghost Factory. I've been arguing for literal years that Dead Rail should be removed from the game until they can actually balance it correctly, but we'll have to see. Mines, I don't think is actually the worst map ever, especially because you can literally just put on Supremacy and you'll never have to play on it. That's what I do. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world. But those are the 5 maps going out of rotation. They will be coming back, just weird. But for half of them, I don't think anybody's really going to miss them all too much, especially Port Bay. Now we can make our way over to the kit coins and what they're going to be used for. So, in front of us, we can see you can get kit coins and exchange them for Retrotopian tanks and tank upgrades. We can see here, this is one of those tanks. This is the 50TP, a tier 9 Polish heavy, and we can clearly see that it's going to be tier 9 in the game, as well as all the modules are for tier 9. So there you go. Now you'll notice there's a crazy amount of upgrades for these tanks. 1, 2 guns. We got 1 turret, 2 turrets, 3 turrets, 3 tracks, and 3 engines. And there's more than that. This is just the small screenshot we can see here. The damage per shot seems to be about 450. I'm not sure if that's with the stock gun or the top gun though. So it'll be very interesting to see what this tank is like, but it looks pretty cool. It's going to be 2,580 of these kit coins, and we can actually see how you can earn kit coins per week and per your mission. So we've got the Operation Pass. This is the Battle Pass. You can earn 3,900 of these kit coins from apparently 1 Battle Pass. We just saw that this tank is 2,580. So you're telling me everybody, including new players, can get a tier 9 for $5? Ooh, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens here. Events and quests, unlimited. Purchase. Oh, you can also purchase them. Well, that kind of takes away a bit from grinding, doesn't it? Wargaming always makes these events where they release this cool content, and then they also had the feature to buy it. It would be a lot cooler if they put it only behind a grind wall. It would be so much cooler. That's my opinion, but I just think that if they made events like mission marathons where you can only get tanks if you grind them, it would make it a heck of a lot more enjoyable for people that actually do play the game. Weekly limits. Weekly reward for clan missions, 320. Rating battles and Silver League or higher. So it looks like you can actually earn these in ratings battles, and tournaments you can earn them as well. Okay, so essentially you can earn them by doing whatever the heck you want. Alright, well, you can see here that we can earn them in the Battle Pass if we keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Here's the Battle Pass. You can see on stage 4, you get 1,300 of them. If you want my opinion, these coins don't appear to be very rare to get your hands on. I mean, 1,300 in stage 4? Yeah, that doesn't seem all too challenging. We also have a weird question mark here. Not really sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe a camo? I don't know. But just something I thought I would point out there. Now, this is why the upgrades are going to be an absolute pain. For example, this is the Magnate. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the Indian Panzer, which is another one of these tanks. You'll notice that it has a tier 7 gun, another tier 7 gun, then a tier 8 gun, then another tier 8 gun. Actually, I'm not even sure. Yeah, this is definitely tier 7 gun. I can't tell if these are tier 8 or tier 7. They look like tier 7. This tank is what it appears to be a tier 7. So these are all probably tier 7 modules here. It's just really hard because it's blurry to tell. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16 upgrades for this tank. That is a heck of a lot of upgrades. So maybe the tank itself will be easy to get your hands on, but maybe each of these upgrades are going to scale up in these coins. Maybe it'll be 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 15,000. You never know. So while the tank looks pretty stock standard on paper, it might be a lot to actually upgrade. So, I don't know. I think that this is a cool event. I don't really know what we can expect to see here. This is another tank we can see here. This is the Magnate. And 2,000 DPM, 3,000, or 450 damage. That can't be right. Can that be? Can that be right? What? No. Whatever Wargaming showed in the stream here is definitely not correct. What they're showing is the same stats as the 50 TP here, which would make more sense. They're showing the wrong stats for this tank. So good job, Wargaming. Either way, we can see there's a lot of upgrades, and indeed they are all tier 7 modules, as this is a tier 7. So I'm not sure if these tanks are going to be able to be used in pub battles or they're going to be a special event tank. I have no clue, like the Sheridan missile, how it's only able to be used in events. I think it's cool nonetheless, and I am excited for this. Also, apparently battle passes are changing. They're no longer the 1 month thing they currently are. Wargaming has finally taken a book out of what I've been saying for, what, like 2-3 years now, that battle passes should be once every 2 or 3 months. That way people can actually grind stuff in them and earn more. So yeah, battle passes are going to be longer, which I think is going to make them better, and that's why these tanks are going to be bigger rewards in them. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'm not really sure what else to say. Just a lot of interesting stuff here, and yeah, it's weird. I mean, honestly, I can't really tell you what to make up about this until it actually gets released, because a lot of this is just mumbo-jumbo as of now. Wargaming hasn't really given us a clear-cut description of what's happening. Personally, if you want my personal opinion, which I've said in the past, I think Wargaming should stop making weird events like this and weird takes, and they should focus on fixing a lot of the problems and put those priorities on their game, rather than adding more confusing things to just confuse more players. But oh well. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. I'm still excited for this. Bye-bye.